With strong real estate prices, a lot of people are thinking about using a reverse mortgage to help pay for their retirement. Are you one of them? And does it apply for you?
This is Make Better Wealth Decisions, a podcast about financial blind spots, decision-making, and how the reality of higher rates, global tensions, and tariff instability impact your investments. I'm your host, John DeGuy, a portfolio manager with Design Securities in Toronto.
On Thursday, we spoke with Patricia Lovett-Reid, who is one of the great long-term experts with regard to Canadian personal finance, and she's a long-time media commentator that helps ordinary people make better wealth decisions. It was a pleasure to have her on. One of the things that Patricia and I talked about was something that she's been doing in the past number of years, which is promoting the idea of a reverse mortgage for Canadians. Now, this is the sort of thing that is very personal. First off, a lot of people don't even qualify. You have to be over 55 years old in order to have a reverse mortgage. You have to own a home. And if you're less than 55 and or don't own a home, right away, you don't qualify. But for those people who are over that age and who do own a home, it's the sort of thing where you might want to at least consider it. Just because you consider something doesn't mean you have to actually take the option. As they say, making better wealth decisions involve thinking about what your options are, and then walking through how those options might apply for you and your circumstances, and making an informed decision about whether or not you want to proceed. With reverse mortgages, it's the sort of thing that works extremely well for people who are house rich and cash poor. You might have a house that's worth $1.5 or $2 million, and you might have virtually no retirement savings for whatever reason. In that instance, you need to find a way to pay for your life and your lifestyle in retirement. You can access up to 55% of the equity in your home. If you have a $2 million home, that's $1.1 million that you can access. You have to pay back your reverse mortgage payments, but you live in the house. It's your house. You continue to live there and live your life. And it's the sort of thing where it allows for a great deal of flexibility for a lot of people. Things that you might want to think of, you can sometimes take out a lump sum, a cash advance, above and beyond your annual living expenses to perhaps go on that one trip that you were thinking about, or perhaps help your child pay for her wedding or what have you. There are things that you can do that are above and beyond the prescribed amount that you're taking out to support your lifestyle. It's something that works for some people. It's a fairly narrow lane that we're talking about here. Not everyone even needs to think about it, but it's something that will work for those people who qualify, who don't really have a lot of other options. The thing that you need to always remember in making better wealth decisions is it's personal. How does this apply to you personally? And if you're the sort of person who is house rich and cash poor, you should probably think about whether or not you should consider a reverse mortgage. You can even have people like a power of attorney acting on your behalf. So if, let's say, grandma has a house that's worth $1 million, but grandma doesn't have any more money and she's 82 years old and she doesn't want to live in a home, she's able to function well enough on her own, but she doesn't have any money to pay her bills. Well, a reverse mortgage for grandma, if she's got $1 million home, will free up over $500,000 that she can use to support her lifestyle almost certainly for the rest of her life. And a power of attorney, perhaps a son or a daughter, could help with the paperwork to make sure that grandma does in fact get a chance to qualify and get everything done properly. So there's a lot of flexibility that comes with having a reverse mortgage. It's not for everyone, but it does work for some people. And if you're the sort of person who qualifies, please look into it.
This podcast is not to be construed as offering specific investment advice. Please consult a qualified advisor before acting. My books, Stand Up to the Financial Services Industry and Bullshift, are available online. If you'd like to meet to discuss how the topics in this podcast affect you directly, please visit my website.